all the other kids.
Kids content on YouTube is weird. I get it. I've seen a lot of videos reacting to this stuff. However, there's a genre of kids content which is much more problematic. God, I hate that word. There's the wonderful world of Gachaverse. It's content for kids, by kids. Gachaverse is the hidden villain of kids content on YouTube, and I'm surprised no one's talking about this more. In case you aren't aware yet, kids are on YouTube. Elementary schoolers are getting phones now. What app do they spend most of their time on? YouTube. And you might be wondering how I ran into Gachaverse. Through the light of my life, my little sister. You know, over the past few weeks I've been noticing her watching some new videos, instead of dumb Roblox ones, she was watching some kind of new anime thing. It seemed harmless at first. She was watching this really a lot, and I was picking up some weird stuff like tails, halos, fangs, wings, some supernatural stuff. So I got suspicious, started looking over her shoulder more, and saw the obnoxious text speak going on in the background. And I remembered that everyone had latched onto kids content on YouTube, and I figured it'd be pretty funny to make a video about this. While I was looking into these videos, I noticed that these videos got millions of views. I noticed that there was a lot of videos, millions of these videos. The views are killer. If you upload a Gachaverse video, upload a Gachaverse video, what they call them, you'll get thousands of views within a few hours. And some of these get millions of views. So people are definitely watching. Definitely not just my sisters. What's the big deal, you might be asking? Well, besides the fact that this is just terrible content, it's also the messages that they're sending to their audience. Before I make any criticism though, I must note that most of the creators of these videos are mostly middle school. However, if I go too far, know that I didn't mean to. One of my criticisms has got to be the storyline. Oh my gosh. It's high quality stuff. There's titles like Sugar Daddy, Hot Stepbrother, The Girl That Was Hated Becomes a Princess, or a movie star, or a superstar. Sometimes all three. There's one that's called Marked by the Alpha, and my personal favorite, Chained Up by a Vampire. There's gay love stories thrown in there. The major theme of these videos is romance. There's love triangle, crazy twists and turns, such as kidnapping or fathers getting murdered by the mothers. The boyfriends are always really jealous and protective, and also the characters are always way too dumb to be real. Come on, man. I mean, people are dumb, but not that dumb. And the pacing is non-existent in these videos. They'll spend a long time, 2 minutes, spending on how they get ready for school and their makeup routine, what clothes they're putting on. Well, just blast for the school, it's not important. The story's not made from makeup routines. Another big theme of these is bullying and or abuse, either by the peers and or the family. Often these main characters Mary Sue, and she's harassed, but she's special. It really goes to bizarre levels, and it's always really physical. Beat-ups are not uncommon. One of the main ways stories are communicated through this type of style of video is through dialogue, and it's expressed through speech bubbles, which is not bad. Stan Lee did it, so it's fine. The atrocious spelling errors and the misuse of there, and there are really not that hard to find. So is where, and where. Don't even ask them about commas, come on. And then there's the obnoxious text speak that is used throughout speech bubbles to convey dialogue. 2000s cartoon, foil to the main character kind of text speak. And there's the music. It's, loud nightcore, which is just sped up and pitched up music. It's kind of associated with kids. It really distracts you from the story, or lack thereof. You can tell it's just a person's favorite song, because it sometimes seems really out of place. Nightmare's just bad, man, Also, the animation is terrible. I mean, they use a special app, it's like an RPG game to create these. You can create scenes, and if you create multiple scenes, theoretically you can make a story. But the way the characters look are fine, but the characters move at 15 frames per second. I mean, I had to put it to 2x speed to make this video, because besides the fact that I really a really low attention span, the characters move so slow.
Somewhere out in outer space, there's a world, no wars, no hate, where all the broken hearts are safe. I don't know where it is.
The main problem I have with these videos are the messages, though. Kids and tweens are really vulnerable to this stuff, and we just have to go back to the relationships to talk about. You know, the boyfriends, I mean, there is lesbian stuff, but you never really looked into it, are always jealous and possessive. The main characters always see this as a good thing, and it's not, newsflash. The boyfriend's always crossing boundaries, like the kids when the main character's like, no, I don't want to, I don't throw one on there. The boyfriends are always the knight in shining armor. It's not really a good stereotype to have, is it? There's like a lot more stereotypes I might point them out later. There's also the sexual stuff in these videos. But aren't these videos animations? Not much skin can be shown there, can it? Well, you're right. The fact that these Gachaverse videos show sexual situations is bad enough. The approach to consent is really disturbing. And the creators just put 13 plus ratings or 18 plus ratings and they say, oh, wow, I mean, I tried, but they just keep coming at you. I mean, just raking the views. I mean, not like I'm doing anything wrong. And these creators have an extremely young audience, but everyone knows that things like these don't stop anyone. Kids and tweens will just end up getting exposed to this stuff. And they're really young, too. I mean, don't believe me, just watch. Alright, so the first thing you noticed here, besides the ridiculously contradictory title of A Demon Angel, is the kids prostrate on the ground. And they get, picked up, and Princess Charlie gets up, and, she asks if she's different because of her hair. Man, I would be suspicious too if I was the only one who didn't look like their parents. I mean, I would be questioning Ryan here. So they seem like they're angels? I mean, how did that happen? Did you learn anything at church? I mean, seriously. Then they go to the salon to change Charlie's hair, in eye color. Somehow, with giant scissors and a paintbrush, it happens. Then we teleport to the mall where they have special angel clothes, I guess. Then we teleport to her bedroom to get ready for school, and guess what? Her mom starts vomiting rainbows. Because of that, they take her mom to the hospital, where it is revealed she's going through labor. Then, it just ends, and this got 1.3 million views. Ooh, I love this cringy intro. Play like demons hide, it's where my demons hide. We're gonna speed this up to like 2x, I'm not watching this. So, this is about suicide, if you haven't noted the title. And, wow, they're in heaven first, and, why are they in heaven? I thought people who, whatever, I'm not going into theology. Just showing that she's hated by her family, and she goes to school, but she gets beat up by her sister, she gets suspended for like a month, and there's some cheesy montage where she teleports through scenes, like, she sees her mom through the forest with some, nice piano going on, and then, this is so slow, it takes so long. Getting pins and needles. She teleports to a scene where she's getting yelled at by her mom. Then she teleports through her she's getting beat up by her sister. Delphine, what a pretty name. I thought Athena was the goddess of, she teleports being her mom, being, a better mother to her sister. Ooh, poor Ruff. And I'm just gonna, spit this is, and she teleports into, another dimension. Because, she's so good at piano playing. I mean, Billy Joel can't do that. So boring. They threw a birthday party to her sister at her. I don't get birthday parties. Oh my gosh, she get kicked by her mom. After eating, skip through eating was not an important part. Skip through whatever that was. And she gets friends, I guess? Somehow. You couldn't communicate by the showing, you just say, oh, we have friends. You became good friends. Then she gets, her sister prevents her friends, makes her friends, abandon her, and then she gets really sad. Hi guys, oh hey, I don't use capitalization. Wow, we don't want to be you're a stalker. You can't write you can't get your. We're sorry, me 3, what? Can we be friends again? Guys, what are you doing? You want to be friends. How about I kill myself? What? That just came out of nowhere. And then she hangs herself. Telepathically or something? I don't know. And they call the police. And 19 years later, we don't see the funeral or anything, we just skip 19 years later. Oof. She's an angel now, and they just boring stuff, like how their future's going, I mean, no one cares. This is not really good things to be talking to kids about suicide. I mean, that's rough stuff. And it's not really good. It's not really, they're making it, it's not good. It's a very complicated subject, and kind of treating it like it's not worth that much of a message, you know? Just, it's not really a good film for it. It's like disrespecting it, like treating it like this. Like, oh. So this is called My Bully Loves Me. Okay? And we're introduced to the characters really suddenly. Just can't introduce them naturally. The first scene is her going to school, and it's really seeing that she has like a loving family. There's nothing going wrong with her home life, which is nice, I guess. And she has like this weird eye patch thing, which is it's only this is like episode 1, and I didn't watch another one because I thought it was stupid. And there's this weird scene where she like hands out eye patches like to this person who's like, "Oh, my eye hurts." And she's like, "Oh, can I have an eye patch?" I'm like, "Why can't you give ice or something?" I don't know. Like, she gets on a bus, but then it shows the inside of like a subway. I'm like, what? Ooh. She gets beat up by spontaneously appearing characters. Like, there's like 3 people, and they're like, "Oh, eye freaks, spelling it wrong with a D too." And they just like chase her and beat her up. And she like sacrifices herself. Some random person she just met. They all just beat her. The nurse helps her. She didn't ask any questions as they got it. And then Liam, the love interest, he pulls down her hair and she like pushes it to the ground. And he gets really mad and chucks the chair. Ooh, nice music went on. And he's like, "Oh, she was so nice." And he's blushing too. And there's just weird scene where they just start dabbing in the classroom. I think this is supposed to be funny or something. Then there's some incident in the hallway where she's like getting sexually harassed, like actually. Like 2 boys come up to her, they're like, "Oh, hey, babe, I love you. Hey, I want to see what's under that eye patch," or something stupid like that. They look like twins, but they have different colors. And then she tries, they corner her, I'm like, I thought she was going to fight, but she got beat up by a bunch of people. I don't think she really knows how to fight, does she? And help! And, you know, Liam hears that, and he goes to try to save her. Her friend rescues her, and he really tries to beat her up, beat the people up. But he's like, "Why would I trust you? You beat me up." Well, sorry isn't enough. Let's take to the nurse. Why are you so nice people who, like, beat you up? That's kind of like, really, they're trying to harass you. That's really weird. And her mom freaks out. Then she goes back to school, and she's getting beat up again, but Liam tries to help her, but he gets beat up too, and then it just ends. And I didn't really have any desire to keep watching this video. It seemed really boring anyway. The worst video out of all the stuff I'm gonna show you, and yes, it is even worse than the suicide video. Wow. So then we, walk into the devil evil planning. Apparently he's named Hunter. Hunter Lucifer. What a lame name. Come on. And the thumbnail's like really sexual. It's like gross. He's planning on getting money and stuff like that, like taking over some kingdom. Not only specified, but the girl who's getting kidnapped is from that kingdom. There's censored chicken in the background. I don't think I need to explain that. There's some really annoying night recording back in the background. It's even worse if you have it at 2x speed. Either you're gonna let me marry your daughter, you're in the wrong form. I will end you both now. The queen gives up her daughter. She's a terrible mother. She gives up her daughter to the devil himself. You're not really looking very intimidating right now, but I thought you'd get horns. I don't know. If me and your daughter, it's not even if me. Your is never used correctly in this. Wait, don't hurt her. I will marry you. Come on. Hunter, Satan, he kidnaps her. Anyway, Hunter, goes into her room, sneaks into her room, just, to talk to her or something. I don't know what's the point. I have to ew. What if he wants kids with me? Oh, God. I want 2 kids, not with him. And it fades out really weirdly, and then he just appears in her room. It's really weird. I mean, this is where it starts getting really weird, with him, appearing, and then it skips the day of the wedding, and he forces her to kiss him at the wedding. Which is kind of weird, but all like that. And he's super really excited about it. I thought he hated her or something, or did it for the money and the kingdom and stuff like that. Oh yeah, her name's Ladle. I'm just gonna call her the main character from now. And she seems to enjoy it. Then after the wedding, they have this little thing with a screen where Leela had a lot of alcohol after the wedding due to stress. And then guess what? He takes advantage of her. That's rape. I don't know if middle school kids get that, but that is rape. I mean, and I'm pretty sure this is gonna be a very common theme with gosh, he forces her away, but it's fine. And there's a chicken in the corner, randomly, sleeping with animals in the bed. That's how it is. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm just taking my clothes off." She's super confused, but he has sex with her, and she goes after, and she's she puts a smiley face saying after tonight, because we assume what they did, but And she's like, oh, I can't believe I lost my virginity. I regret last night so much, but he's so controlling, so much kissing up. He forced her, she was drunk, she didn't know she didn't have any control. The person put this in the video, knowing that 11-year-olds are watching this. 11-year-olds are watching stuff. And then her and Lila argue about dumb stuff for the rest of the video. It's really boring. You're so heartless and cruel. You broke our promise, I'm leaving. I've never had a girl snap at me like that before. It was kind of hot. Oh my god. No capitalization. Capitalization is not a thing. You kind of deserve the dude, not gonna lie. And some really weird transition. And she's talking to a mother who returned her. I don't know if she's talking to her mother. And she wants to, help Lila escape. And that's pretty much the whole video. And then he catches her. And the end. But I'm not really gonna watch the rest of it if it has such bad content like that. And it's just comment below who you ship. I listened to this person who made this video, and they look like a high schooler, but they're probably like a middle schooler, because like girls are like that. Such a bad video. It's not good content for kids. You might think I'm being too harsh with these guys, being these are elementary school and middle schoolers making this stuff. Maybe. However, I think the middle schoolers need to be held accountable for this. You should know better than to put sexual stuff in videos that are being targeted at kids. But what about the disclaimers? Oh, shut up. No one actually listens to those, okay? With the democratization of media, kids' content will be further changed. But I think it's safe to say adults should be making kids' content, not kids. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Have a good one, so I can see you in the next one.